Good evening, everyone. My name is Debbie Singleton, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I come to you live Monday evenings, 7 p.m. Arizona time. And I think right now we're on Pacific Standard Time. I always get that confused because we never change time zones, so I never remember what time zone Arizona is on. Anyways, welcome to my live. I've changed from Facebook to YouTube, so hopefully you're seeing me on YouTube. And I appreciate you coming over and seeing me on YouTube. I hope everyone had a great weekend and a great day today. It is hot out there. It is really hot. It's been hot all weekend and hot today. It is crazy hot. Good evening, Mom. Thanks for joining. So my week is busy. This is the first week of everyone going to be back to school. All my grandkids will be back to school this week, so it is going to be crazy. I have volunteered to be the runner for my grandkids. So the first day for them is Wednesday, and then the two boys go back Thursday. So they're taken care of. So I will be taking my granddaughter every morning to school so she can go to her new school. She's not going to go to my daughter's school, so I will take her every morning to school. And then once a month, well, twice a month, I will pick up all of them because my daughter has meetings because she's a school teacher. So that will be quite the challenge to go to 3 different schools to pick them all up. Oh my goodness, that's going to be fun. And my first go at this is this Thursday. So that's going to be craziness. I have to go to one school, pick up one in the van because I don't have enough room in my car, and then go and pick up my granddaughter, and then go pick up the boys and drop my granddaughter off at dance, and then go, oh my goodness. So this will be fun this Thursday to go and do that. So it should be a lot of fun though. I just did it at one school, well, 2 schools last year. So we're just adding one little extra school in there. So it'll be fun. Once we get in a routine and we get that all set up, that'll be really fun. So we had my granddaughter over this weekend. I'm going to need lots of luck. Definitely lots of luck. So we had her this weekend and we had so much fun. She came to card class. She made some cards for her teachers to go back to school, and that was super fun. She had such a great time and she was amazing. She's 10, so I knew she would have fun and I knew she would be great. But she had a lot of fun making cards, and then she helped out some of the other ladies at card class. But it was a dream to have her come. And then we went to lunch and she had a great time, and then she came back, and then we went to a movie, and then we went to dinner. And so we just had a blast with her, absolutely had a blast with her. And I think she had so much fun for her weekend before she went to school this week. So I think she felt very spoiled and she just had the best time ever. So we just really had a really, really good time with her the weekend before she had to go back to school, and she just snuggles and just a great time to be able to spend with her and enjoy herself and get spoiled a little bit before she did that. So awesome time. Anyways, so we had a great weekend, of course. So yes, good. I'm so glad, Mom, you had a good time. Jessica said she was going to ask if she could come to lunch. I said, well, you should have said something and we would have called you and she could have come with the boys. And it wasn't busy at the restaurant. She could have come and brought the boys. And she said, yeah, I just didn't. I said, well, she could have. Anyways, so we have amazing specials going on. So tomorrow starts our designer paper series sale. It's 15% off on certain designer series papers. So if you guys are interested, please let me know. So it's only on certain papers that you can get the 15% off. So it's on the website, but also I can send you this little flyer that we get sent out. But it's also on the website. But it's just certain papers. But it's an amazing sale. It goes through the 6th through the 31st. It's while supplies last, but it's awesome to be able to have 15% off on our designer series paper. So, and it's just ones that are in the catalog, and it's just certain ones. So it is amazing to have this sale going on. And then for us demonstrators, we get to pre-order starting tomorrow in this beautiful, I can't show you the inside, but I can show you this. Our mini catalog is for September through December. It goes live. I know, it would have been nice for her to come to lunch, and she should have told me, and then we would have had her come. The mini catalog comes out. It will be available for everyone to order starting September. But as demonstrators, we get to pre-order starting tomorrow, and this is an amazing catalog. It does not have, so sorry, I lost my train of thought. It does not have a Halloween. That is, all of our Halloween stuff is online. This has got a lot of Christmas, which is my favorite time of year. So people are complaining a lot about that. But we do have a couple of Halloween things that are online. So you just go to our online store and you're able to purchase that. So this is coming out. So we get to pre-order starting tomorrow for the whole month of August. And then everyone else will get to order starting in September. So super amazing. All right. So the card we're going to make, I have 2 birthdays this week. And so I thought I would make 2 birthday cards. Now, my class that I did, we did this card in card class. I love layers. I'm a layer person and I love layers. So I took this concept from my upline. So my upline did this card. She presented this online, and I just loved this card that she did. So I borrowed this concept from her, and I did this in card class, and we all loved this in card class. So I borrowed this, and I'm going to do it tonight, but I'm going to do it different. So in April, if you bettered your better from last year, you won some beautiful paper. So you can't order this paper. However, this paper that we got for if you bettered yourself, it is compatible. It is the same paper. This is the paper that I'm going to use tonight, and I'm going to flip you because you don't need to be watching me and be watching the table. There we go. There we go. So this is the paper we're going to use tonight. It's gorgeous. And it has birds, and it has bunnies, and it has foxes too, I think. That's branches. There's the foxes. And then the other sides are like, you know, how the other sides are always got some kind of pretty like this color. I'm using actually that side. This is stripes. There's birds, and it's got some other colors to it. So these are all like the pinks. So this pack we have, and it's called Country. It's on sale. Called Countryside Inn, and it's in blues. It's beautiful. I've used the blues too for something else. So you can purchase it in the blue color, but exact same pack, but only in the blue. You just can't purchase this. I know it's not fair to be teasing, but this is called Countryside Rose. But we earned this if we bettered us better in April. But I'm like, what else am I going to use? I need to use this because it's beautiful paper. So I'm going to use it as a birthday card. So here's the card we're going to make because I just loved it. So I did this in pinks. And then I did the envelope. So instead of using these 2 pieces as cardstock, I did this as the designer series paper. And then instead of stamping on this, I just stamped just the happy birthday, and I didn't put any other stamp on there. But other than that, and then I also on the inside, I did my inside. I usually do my insides, but I did the inside. So I layered the inside, put a piece of designer series paper, and then I also stamped on the inside. So, yes. All right. Alrighty, so lots of layers, but it's an easy card, but it just is a lot of layers and a lot of stuff going on. So our basic cardstock, our basic card is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. So that's pretty basic, and that's going to be our card base. And I did that out of thick white because we're having so many layers on here. So you're really going to need to have it be very thick. Now, I know this is going to cost me a little bit extra to mail, but I'm okay with that. I'm just going to have to go to the post office and figure out how much it's going to cost me. But I just think it's so pretty. And you could do without all the layers if you want, but I just thought this would be so pretty to do. So I'm going to mail it. All right, so for our first layering, okay, so as our envelope, I usually do about 2 1/4 by 6 for our envelope. And I always like to put that down first so that it dries and I can cut it. So I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this on my envelope so it's dried and I can cut it in a little while. And I did a lot of yakking at the beginning, so I'm gonna have to hurry here. All right. I know it's super hot. It's 115 or some craziness. My daughter comes over this weekend to drop off the kiddos, and she's like, "Why do you have a jacket on?" Well, in my craft room, the air vent sits right behind me, and so it is really cold in my craft room. So I sit with a jacket on, which is nice because this room is one of the rooms that it's really cool in here. So that's really kind of nice. It's texting me. I'm doing a live. So it's nice, but it just gets really cool in here. So I just wear a jacket. So I look kind of silly because it's 110 outside and it's super hot. All right, so we're going to build our card, and we're going to build it with our first card base, our first layer, and add the cardstock. And I used Pretty in Pink, and it matches, and it even says on the back if you're ever wondering what colors match with it. So this is just your normal 4 by 5 1/4. It's going to go on there. Then this is Melon Mambo. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. And then our white is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So we're going to put the Melon Mambo and the Pretty in Pink together, but we're going to add layers to that. So we're gonna put these two together first. Okay. We're going to emboss the white, but we're going to add layers onto it before we emboss it. A little tricky. All right, so we're going to do that one. Set that aside. Now the inside are the same measurements, but we'll do the inside in a minute. So with our white piece, we're going to add a long piece of the designer series paper, or you could just do cardstock, whichever you want. But I wanted to add our really pretty designer series paper. So this is 1 1/4 by 4 1/2. I'm going to put that on. And when you're going to emboss, so I'm going to emboss all 3 of these together, just put a little bit of glue. Otherwise, it'll eke out. So we don't want to do a whole bunch of glue. And I'm going to put this on to this left side a little bit. And I didn't do my... It so happens that we're using Melon Mambo. The other side of this one is Melon Mambo, and I like this other side. So I just used the other side of this designer series paper as my other one. I didn't really look through and see if I wanted any other one, but I just happened to like this one, so I'm just going to use it because it's our colors pretty much. So this strip, which you could also use cardstock, so you could do cardstock with both, or you could do designer series paper with both. So this piece is 1 1/2 by 4. So I want to make sure I'm going to put glue on this one. And again, we're going to just put a little bit of glue because we're going to emboss. Once you've embossed, it will adhere it down really well. Now, I didn't put my sample, I put it way to the end and I didn't like it. So I'm going to put it kind of in the middle, give it a little bit, put it a little bit over this way, give me a little bit more room over here. So we got that like that. All right, so now we're going to emboss all this together. And the embossing folder that I chose to use was the 3D eyelet. I think that it is so pretty and it looks like it's flowers. So I really like that. So I struggled with this because I couldn't get, after I did it the first time, I couldn't get my embossing piece to have the embossing always this way. It was like embossed on this side, which you could use both sides. It doesn't really matter. So then I was watching another video of someone else, another demonstrator. She was doing something else. I was watching her. So the Stampin' Up logo is up, facing up. So you put this in, and the Stampin' Up logo is facing up. And then you put it in there, and then the embossing should be on the side you want. So let's see if this is going to work. So I'm like, oh, that's why, because I kept putting it in there and I just kept not working right. So let's see if that's right, if I remember that. So when you're embossing, here's our embossing machine, and you're going to use your plate number 1, which it says on there, plate number 1. That's plate number 1 on there. And I tell my granddaughter how to do this. She loves this machine, so she loves to come in and emboss, and she likes to use the dies. So I let her use the dies, but I've taught her how to use this. And since it's the 3D embossing, you use the plate number 1, and you use the gray plate number 4. And when you emboss, you always put the folder side down first, and then you put your plate 4 on top, and then I'm going this way, and you only run it through once. All right, and let's see if that works. And yes, oh my goodness. Okay, so I struggled all Saturday with getting this on here the right way. So I'm so glad I saw her video today. So if you want the imprinted part to be on the top part. When you put your paper in, make sure the Stampin' Up! Logo is facing you. Then you put it in the machine and you run it through like this. So I just put, I normally line it up with the line here, but then I put it in and I guess I must not ever make sure that the Stampin' Up! Logo is up. So that was my issue. So I'm glad I watched that, but I wish I would have watched that when I did my class. Now this is the side that's not the embossed part of it, but it looks just as nice as well. And some people like that side even better. It still gives it lots of texture, and it's, you can't even tell when you put all the other parts on it. So it wouldn't really matter, but it bothered me because it was making me crazy. So my guests were very nice, and they said they liked the side. Some of them got half and half, so they liked that it was half and half. So I was like, oh my goodness gracious. So good, I'm glad that it shows on camera the difference. All right, so now that we have that embossed, we are going to, where's my piece? Okay, so then we put the pink and the Melon Mambo together. So now we're going to glue the white one on to this one. See, lots of layers, but I love the layers. Now the glue works better when you have the embossing because the glue seeps into all these little crevices. Some people like to use our tape, but the glue on the embossing works the best because it seeps into it and it gets in there, and it's really nice to that. Okay. Oops. So then we're going to put this on. I really like the layers. Now, a lot of times when it's embossed like that, I'll lay it down on this side and then I will give it a nice little press, and that will help as well. So then we have this really pretty ribbon that also is called Pretty in Pink. So I put a piece of this ribbon on here, across here. I'm going to cut that off right there. All right, so I'm going to use glue dots to attach it to the back. And you can use tape or glue dots. I just prefer glue dots. I've just always used glue dots. Some use tape. Doesn't really matter. You could use either. All right. I put it, just about in the middle-ish, down low, middle-ish. It doesn't really matter where you put it. Just be sure that you've got it kind of taut. There we go. That's what we like. And now we want it on our card base. Where did I? There it is. Okay. I like to open that up. No, I think that's lame. Let's get that nice and bring that over. And then back again. All right. Excuse me, my nose is running like crazy. Okay. Now we're ready to glue this on. And then when I glue this, I always like to put a little bit of glue on the ribbon so that it does kind of stick the back. And again, there's still that bumpy side. So I'm going to use the other side. Just give it some, because this is smooth, so it helps me. There we go. All right, so now we're going to make our little layer. So we're going to start with our melon mambo. We're going to add our pretty in pink. Sometimes it's just easier to have it in my hand. It's kind of small to. Okay. Now I want to stamp on here, so I am going to. Stamp mat. Piercing that. I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. And this is out of the Unbounded Love set. I just think it's really pretty. It's all scripty. And I'm using the Melon Mambo. And I just stamped it. There we go. Now I want to stamp on my white piece in the middle while I have that open. And I also put a, thanks. I know that these are so pretty. That's why I thought I need to use this paper up that they gave to us. So this little piece here, I'm going to put on the inside. So these pieces are the same size that we used on the outside. So this pretty in pink is our 4 by 5.5. Our melon mambo is 3 3/4 by 5. And our white piece is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And so I just took a 1/2 inch by 4 3/4, and I'm going to put it on the side here. So I'm going to actually put this down so I know where to stamp my little inside stamp. So as you know, normally when I do my live cards, I don't stamp inside just because I don't know who I'm going to give them to yet. And so I don't want to usually stamp the insides of them yet. But in this case, I'm actually going to mail them out. I have 2 birthdays this week, actually. I have my sister-in-law's birthday, and then I have one of my friends' birthday is this week. Both of them fall this week. So I am going to mail them off, hopefully Tuesday. Tomorrow I go out. I'll be out and about, so I'm going to throw them in the mail. So I am going to put, may all your wishes come true. This is also in the Unbounded Love set as well. So I'm going to stamp this on the inside. And I still have room to write. Just a quick little message, but it all, I don't usually write a whole ton of things. So that way I don't have to write a whole bunch, but it does say something, and it does get something very pretty to be sent. So All right, so that's on our inside. I might as well glue all this together. So I'm going to glue the Melon Mambo. That will go on the inside. And like I said, this will probably cost me just a little bit extra to send because it has a bunch of layers, but it's worth it. I'm a layer person, and I like layers, and I like dimensionals. And this is going to have some dimensionals on it too. So not only do I have layers, but I'm going to have dimensionals. But this will be pretty cards to be mailed out. Okay, now we're ready to put this on, the happy birthday on. Oops, this is getting down to the end of the glue. All right, so yes, I use dimensionals on this piece. Where did I put them? Yep, I saved them out. You know I was going to use them, so I saved them out. So I don't want it to sag in the middle, so I put one in the middle. There we go. All right. Okay. So I want some of this white to show. And see that I kind of like it. I like things centered a little bit. So this was just bugging me. So I don't know. I don't know if I want it over here because I want some of that to show, or if I want some of the white to show. I'm wanting it more like this, I suppose. I don't know. I don't know that there's any right or wrong. So I'm just going to put it like that. I think I should have moved that over again, still even more. I didn't have it over enough the first time, so I thought I put it over more the second time, but I guess I didn't really. I don't know. All right, so let's put some glue and put this on in the inside. Oh, I do need my glue dots. And then let's put our bow on. I like the bow here. So I didn't have a bow in my class because I didn't have enough ribbon because I had to make ribbon. And my friend was like, how did you make ribbon? Made the color of the ribbon, actually. All right, so then these are the In Color Shimmer Gems, which are, oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. And they do have the pink, and so we're going to put the pink bling on, of course, because this just matched. Just awesome. So, all right, really? You're going to stick to my card? my envelope. So we're gonna go bling, bling. Try and get this one to cooperate. There we go. All right, and of course you have to have bling. Oh yes, and I do like bling. Yes, I guess those are the three things I like, huh? But there's our card. I really liked this paper. I hadn't even opened the pack until this weekend, and I was like, what paper am I going to use? And then I was thinking, well, now that I have the paper I'm going to use, what am I going to do with it? And we just did this weekend, and I really liked this pattern that we did. So I kind of borrowed it again from my upline, and I really liked it. And we do that. We, as demonstrators, we do use patterns we like. There we go. So I can send those out, and I have 2 cards that I can mail out, and they're birthday cards, and they're done, and I'll be done for my birthday cards this week. So, and you can use any paper or any designer series paper or any color of, so we did different cardstock. So you can use cardstock paper. There's infinite things that you can do with this particular pattern. I mean, it can be used with anything. That's what I like about it. So I just really, really enjoyed that. Again, we're having our DSP sale. It starts tomorrow. Let me know if you want to get in on that. Otherwise, I will be back again next Monday with something new again. And if you need anything in the meantime during the week, let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you next Monday. Thank you again for watching and have a great week. Bye-bye.